What's going on, guys? Another one of these frickin' videos from me, eh? I'm getting kind of hungry. Last night I made this really cool thing, but I don't want to make it again tonight. And I'm probably going to bed soon, even though, as you can tell, it's sunny as frig outside. So, what I'm thinking is I'm going to rock a piss. Now that that's all said and done, I'm going to make a shake. And that'll be my dinner because I don't want to eat anything heavy. Last night I made vegan keto mac and cheese. For the macaroni, you use cauliflower. And let me tell you, it's really freaking good. But today what I want to do is I want to make one of my keto shakes. Well, it's not really, it's a shake. It's a green shake. But what we're going to use is one avocado. I don't know if you've ever used avocados before, but they're easy. You cut them in half, split them, the pit comes out. Bob's your uncle. One of these days I'll find my stuff for cleaning the stove top properly, but it's a mess. But we're going to use one avocado. I'm going to use the whole avocado. And you just put it in the cup and squeeze, and then all the poop comes out like baby poop. It's pretty good. Let's put that shit over there. It's spinach. And you just fire that in there. A little bit of squeezage. Yeah, good old avocado. If you like guacamole, well, that's the basic guacamole. And we'll do the same with the other half. Drill it in there. And it just comes out so easily, like squeeze, press, farts out the avocado snot. Easy peasy, lemon freaking... God, I got the stove. Because the stove isn't that much of a mess already, right? Okay, then next what I normally add is my spinach innards. So, grab a fair amount of these. And to grab about that much is good. Well, that's too much. That much is good. No, I take it back. That much is too much. Okay, let me get this here in the cup. They came out of the freezer, right? So they're just a wee bit frigid. Okay. And then I'm not going to use the kale this time around because it gave it a funky taste. I'll put a little bit of kale into it. See, what's nice about these smoothies is you can build them however you want. Throw some disgusting tasting kale in there, some hipster grass if you will. I probably put too much spinach, but I love spinach. I'm gonna add some, where's the coconut milk? There it is. Gonna add some non-sweetened coconut milk. Right up to about there. That's about a cup. Last time I added raspberries. I think I'm gonna add a couple again this time because that turned out freaking amazing. Berries and cherries. I didn't read that. I thought it was just raspberries, but it's not. I also can't believe how well this Ziploc thing holds. Oh, hey, my hands are all greasy. Open, you son of a whore. Sweet Jesus, Murphy. Alright, so just gonna grab like a little bit of berries. Oh, that almost ran away. Fire that in there. Now, because everything's cold, a lot of people online will put ice in their stuff. I don't bother. Alright, so we got that, we got that, we got that. I'll add some protein powder. Nah. No, I'm not going to go with the protein powder this time. I'm just going to have it like this. So we got spinach, we got kale, we got some raspberries, we got our milk. Let's add ourselves 1 tablespoon of this MCT oil. Let that soak in there. And all we need to do now is attach the blade of destiny. Screw that down and come over to the magic bullet. So the way this thing works is you take it, you slide it in the spot, it goes in, and when you push down, tiny. But I'm like a good blender. Sometimes you gotta stop and take it out and then shake up the contents a bit. I need more milk in there. Yeah, I need more milk in there. Burp. Actually, I'm gonna add some water. There, we added some water to it. Now she's going. And when all's said and done, you end up with this putrid looking mud mess. It tastes good. Just looks like baby poop. Alright, let's go ahead and cap it and we'll try it. So what's nice about these magic bullet cups is when you take your razor blade thing off. That smells gross. And you get these little ring things that you can screw onto the cup, because you don't really want to put your mouth on the threads like you can, but they come with these to basically make it a more comfortable drink. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but she's a thick consistency. But she tastes pretty good for something without sweetener in it. Nice. You can really taste the I put a little bit of kale in there and I can still taste the dirt from the kale. The last time I made it with just spinach, it was good. So maybe don't use kale if you don't like that kind, but I had one of these a while back. I shit you not, after I was done drinking it, I wasn't even hungry. And I couldn't even begin to tell you the macros on it. I really couldn't. All I know is it's nutritious. I'd have to do math to figure out what the macros are, and I don't feel like doing that. But, you know, I got this recipe online from some YouTube channel that I watched that I just looked up. Simple green shake, or smoothie. And it was literally like a half a cup of, oh my god, brain, you gonna start working, or do I gotta offer you money? It was half a cup of spinach, 1 avocado, half a cup of kale, blueberries, but I use raspberries, and you can use strawberries too, and 1 tablespoon of the MCT powder, juice, whatever, and they add whey protein in it to give it more protein for a post-workout shake. I didn't work out today, so I don't need that kind, but all in all, with the MCT oil, this here actually makes kind of a meal replacement, and it's going to do the job for me. So there you go, guys. That's my little take on a green shake. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. Also, I want to talk about something else. So let's talk about something else. A lot of people, when I mentioned keto, I expected to get slammed. I expected people to be like, oh yeah, fatty, like you're going to stick to a diet and stuff like that, which is why I hesitated even making that video. But I did, and I was like, you know what, the comments are bad, I'll just ignore them, frig it. But surprisingly enough, the comments were really good. Like, there's probably some bad ones that got caught by the filter, and that's okay. That's what the filter's there for, to catch them so I don't have to see them. But, and mainly the people don't have to see them, because who the hell wants to read that? I was surprised, and a lot of people were like, oh man, if that doesn't work for you, try this diet, try this diet. And then people were slamming the idea of trying a different diet, and there's a lot of people out there doing keto. And here's the thing with dieting. everybody's different, right? I'm different, you're different, we all have different body chemistries. I'm allergic to some things that you're not allergic to, you're allergic to some things that I'm not allergic to. But in the end, a diet, it's just the type of food you eat. Like, one guy said, try the carnivore diet. I'd never even heard of the carnivore diet. And it was Joe Rogan who interviewed a guy talking about the carnivore diet and why he's doing it. So I went and checked that out. And it made a lot of sense. But it's kind of sort of what I'm doing now, except for I eat vegetables from time to time to time. Like right now, I'm having a cup of it. The thing is with a diet, and this is what got me on the video, Buddy's talking about how we eat too many carbs nowadays. And that is so true. Like, you look at, do I have anything in here that I can use as an example that I'm no longer eating? Like, okay, even this Lipton soup. Okay, this is Lipton chicken noodle soup per 1/4 pouch. I used to frig over a pouch of this on my own, okay? 1/4 pouch, about a cup. 80 calories, 13 grams of carbs. Next to no fat, next to no protein. 13 grams of carbs! Now keep in mind, one of those is fiber, so it makes it 12, but whatever. 13 grams of freaking carbs per quarter. So if I frigged over, or we'll say 12, so that means I was taking, just when I ate this soup, 48 grams of carbs. Alright? Something basic with just noodles, powder, you add water, fire it in the microwave, done. Basic, super high in carbs. Okay, let's try another one here. When I used to make this stuff, the instant mashed potatoes, just add boiled water and butter, right? How bad could this be? Per 1/4 pouch, 21 grams of carbs, 19 if you include the fiber. Okay, so that's 19 grams per 1/4 pouch. You're literally eating like 78 grams, no, that's not right, my math is way off. 76 grams of fat, or carbohydrates, sorry. Next to no fat, 1 gram, so 4 grams of fat, 76 grams of carbohydrates. If you frig over this whole box, okay? Like, not the whole box, but if you frig over a whole pouch inside. Because remember, it's 1/4 pouch, not 1/4 of the box, 1/4 of a pouch. There's 2 pouches in here. 76 grams of carbs. When I used to do bangers and mash, guys, I used to frig over a whole pouch. I'd just rock a whole pouch mashed potatoes because I would dip my bangers in it and eat it, and then when I was done, I'd eat the bangers. So I would have 76 grams of carbs. Now, what people don't realize is carbohydrates are fine if you're able to metabolize them properly. And in order to metabolize them properly, you need vitamin C. I looked it up after watching that documentary last night on Joe Rogan's channel. I was like, no, it can't be vitamin C that metabolizes carbohydrates. Sure enough, I look it up and I'm like, well, shit. Ask yourself now, how many people out there eat fruits? Like apples, oranges? I know I'm not eating them. I'm not really getting much vitamin C from vegetables. I'm getting it from a multivitamin. But how good are those, right? You eat a multivitamin, it makes your pee really expensive, you poop it out, you maybe absorb 1/8 of the actual content of the multivitamin, so you're not getting that full effect. Like when they say, here, let me get my multivitamins here. Like I'm using this brand right here, it's the Walmart Exact brand called Vitamin Multivitamin for adults. Yeah, because apparently I'm one of those. So basically it's got vitamin A at 1500 microgs, vitamin B1, B2, and B6 at 3, 2.5, and 1, B12 at 3 microgs, vitamin C, which is the one that's going to destroy all of your carbs, at least help you metabolize them, at 50 milligrams, vitamin D, which you get from Mr. Sun, at 10 microgs, and niacinamide at 20 milligrams. And the rest of the crap is all in there, just telling you the non-ingredient. Okay, whatever. A buddy of mine drives a honey wagon. You know what a honey wagon is? They go around cleaning septic systems. Well, he drives the one that goes around sucking all the shit out of the porta potties. There's porta potties all over town, especially at the waterfront. They're everywhere. The city rents them to make it convenient for people who are out jogging at the waterfront or swimming and stuff, and, you know, gotta drop a loaf. So he drives around, he goes out and he empties them every day. He said the amount of multivitamins he finds undigested in a porta potty is insane, which makes me wonder, like, is it people running on the runway down there, or the walkway? A lot of people jog it. Are they the ones that are taking multivitamins, hitting the track, run, oh, gotta poop, and they're firing them out? Like he said, a lot of people, they just don't digest. And people think, well, if I chew it, I'll digest it better. Wrong. Your body can only absorb so much. So if you take a heavy hitting multivitamin, it's not gonna, like the ones I just showed, they're kind of weak. They're not really that great. They actually suggest a dosage of 2 twice a day, so 4 a day. I take 1 in the morning, that is it. But you're not going to get everything from a multivitamin because your body just can't absorb it. The best way to get vitamins is by eating. But certain vitamins, like they say vitamin C will help fend off colds to an extent. But theoretically, if your body has all the nutrition it needs, it's going to do that by itself. So, right now, do humans eat too many carbs? You're friggin' right they do. Like when you're taking it, like I just showed you guys, 76 carbs from mashed potatoes, sausage isn't much. But then after supper, if you decide to frig over a bag of Doritos, which I have no idea what the, and I used to do that too, a bag of Doritos or a bag of those hickory sticks or, you know, just awful food. It adds up. Now the problem with carbs is if you don't burn them all for energy, they metabolize into sugar and get stored as fat. That's where the gut came from. You see what I'm talking about? So by cutting out carbs, my body has to rely on another source of energy. Now it's relying on fat. It is true, somebody mentioned, oh, if you want to lose weight, just have a caloric deficit. Well, that works on one scale. You can have a caloric deficit. But if you ever get hungry to the point where you're getting hunger pains, it's probably too late. The next meal you eat may get stored as fat. At least that's what a lot of dietitians believe. I'm not sure on that one. But you don't want to get hungry to the point where it hurts. You basically want to stay satiated without gorging. Calorie deficit, definitely the way to go, because your body's going to require, like, let's say, I don't know what my resting calorie is. I got to do math for that and find that out. But let's say, just for shits and giggles, my resting calorie, and I know this is way off, is 2,000 calories a day. Let's say if I start eating, I think the math was if you eat 100 calories less a day in a month, you should drop 2 pounds. Which you're probably thinking, well, that's not much in a month, 2 pounds. That's if you're just sitting around, you know, doing nothing. If you start working out and stuff, you're obviously going to burn more. This is where the fat eating comes in. When you eat fatty things, it fills you up and it lasts a while because it takes your body a lot more energy to break those down and turn them into energy. Which is why a lot of people on keto will tell you that they don't really eat much anymore. Like they used to eat maybe 3 meals a day followed by snacking and non-stop food. And here's the pit for my stupid avocado. Get rid of that before the dog eats it. But yeah, a lot of people will snack all day on bad things like chips and chocolate bars and ice creams and stuff that's high in carbs. And that's where they'll get them. Another thing is beer gut. Yeah, the carbs and beers. You know, it's hard for someone to drink 8 glasses of water. But let me tell you, it's not too damn hard to suck back 15 beer. You can do that in like 5 hours. Not a big deal. But water, it has a different effect on you. It fills you up. So, it's one of those things where every diet I've seen out there, the vegan diet, the carnivore diet, keto diet, paleo diet, they all fall on the same principle. Even my weightlifting diet back in 2002, which was high protein, low carbs, ultra low fat. So the way that worked was your body weight in pounds in carbs. So at the time I was 233 pounds. So I was taking in 233 grams of protein. Carbs was no higher than 150 carbs a day. No higher than that. And fat was 25 grams or less. And this was a cutting diet. Did it work? Hell yeah. Actually, I was 256 when I started. I hit 232 by doing this diet. And that was in 7 months of going to the gym, weightlifting, and just busting my ass daily. Eating nothing but fish, chicken, you know, good stuff. And it was kind of pissing my mom off too, because she'd make dinner and I wouldn't eat it. And she'd make enough for me, but she'd make stuff that didn't fall into the macros. So I'd be like, no, I can't. And now she sees I'm doing this diet again. And that's what she said. She goes, oh, it's going to be kind of hard to have you over for dinner. You're kind of fussy again. And it's not that I'm fussy. It's just I'm on a mission, right? And that mission is to stop being fat. And if this is working for me, then I'm going to do it by any means necessary. And like I told her, I said, you know, just because I'm coming over doesn't mean it has to be for dinner. I said, and if you want, I can always prep myself something and bring it over. You guys can have whatever the hell you want. And I'll just have my shit, like, if that's a big deal. But last time I went over for dinner was pretty good. We just had salad and steak. And that worked for me. Like, I loved it. Like, great big dirty steak and a salad. It's fine. But that's the thing, that going on a diet where it gets kind of brutal, right? You can't really go to a restaurant. Well, you can't go to restaurants. It's just you got to be careful what you get, because they're not going to tell you the macros. So you just got to figure it out. Sometimes it's okay to cheat, like they said on a bunch of videos about this here. Some days you're going to screw up. Just don't beat yourself up over it. Who cares? All right? You frigged up. Figure it out. Get back on track. That's all you got to do. You don't have to like, oh man, I fell out of ketosis. Oh, my life is ruined. No, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? You spent all your life out of ketosis. So you fell out one day. Whoopty shit, you know? It's like people who are trying to quit smoking. They go 2-3 weeks, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, they hack a dart. Fuck, I fell off the wagon. What am I going to do? Well, just start over. It's when they don't start over. Okay, well, you quit. You're a quitter now. There you go. But if you keep at it and keep trying, that makes you a winner, right? Because at least you're willing to accept the fact that, hey, I failed. Maybe I should try it again. Do it again. Learn from your mistakes. It's when the going gets tough and you just go, meh, why bother? Why bother? Why waste my time? Why bother? I'm just gonna smoke cigarettes. I'll die anyway, you know? Why eat healthy? I'm just gonna get diabetes and die anyway. Who cares? Really? That's not the way to think. But seriously, people, just because I'm doing keto, give it a try. If you notice it's not working for you, don't expect to like melt fat super fast. In the beginning, you do lose a lot of weight right away. Because what's happening is your body's ditching all those carbs that you've had stockpiled for whatever, like for a long time. And with carbs going, water weight is going. That's where I lost my 30 some odd pounds. Was because right now, I've been sitting at, I weighed myself last was on Saturday. That's when you guys saw 288 or whatever the hell I read. I'm only 286 right now. I've only lost 2 pounds and we're already Wednesday. So it's starting to slow down, and now it's where I got to start figuring out what I want to do. Do I want to continue working out at home, riding that piece of shit freaking exercise bike that's noisy, clangs, and sometimes comes to an abrupt halt? Do I want to fork out some cash and maybe get myself some sort of a weight training machine like a Bowflex or whatever? Do I want to maybe go on Kijiji and see if I can find a better exercise bike than old Clangy in there? That's a bitch. Nearly rips your legs off. And what really sucks about this piece of shit, and I hate this feature, it drives me nuts, is when you're pedaling it, the handlebars move. And there's nowhere to rest a water bottle, so I've been using the weight bench to put water bottles on. But the fact that the handles move, like you'll be pedaling it, you won't be hanging on the handles, you'll be holding like I hold my thermos of water so I can have some drinks. And the damn handle will slam into the thermos. I dropped my thermos 3 times because of those stupid freaking back and forth CrossFit handles. Drives you nuts, but it is what it is. First world problems, probably, eh? Yeah, probably. But I digress. So yeah, or do I want to get a gym membership at Fit for Less, which is 24/7, but you're working out with a bunch of other people, so on and so forth. What I like about working out on the bike is I can grab my phone. I got a Chromecast plugged into the TV. I used to use a computer, my old Dell XPS 9000, but it's having issues that I got to diagnose. I'm pretty sure it needs to be ripped apart and cleaned thoroughly and put back together and yelled at. So I got a Chromecast hooked up to the TV. I use my phone, send Netflix to it. You know, I watched, what was that? Guardian of the Galaxy 2 the other night on Netflix. That's about a 2.5-hour movie, and I rode the shit out of the bike. Okay, that's fine. Couldn't hear the movie, though, because that stupid bike is stupid loud. But, yeah, all in all, felt great. Got off that thing, my legs were number than shit. When I finally got sensation back into them, I limped my ass into the bathroom, had a good shower, and I was out like a light that night. Right on, you know. Also, I want to add, anybody who suffers from insomnia, okay, I suffer from insomnia, or I did at least. I cured it. I don't need marijuana anymore. I used to use medicinal marijuana to sleep at night. I don't need it anymore because the problem was my diet. All those calories, unburnt calories. They kept me up all freaking night. That's what the problem was the whole time. You know, I was in the doctor's office for my insomnia. I talked to my doctor about it and said, hey doc, listen, this is bad. I can't sleep at night. I haven't had a good night's rest in like 2 weeks. It's brutal. Like, I'd get some sleep, but I couldn't. Like, I wouldn't get a good, solid 6 hours. I get maybe 2 hours sleep. Looking like death the next day. You guys remember the videos? Come downstairs, Monday morning, you know. Just looking like death rolled over. Even on the weekends, it'd be like, it's Saturday, I just got up, I didn't even drink last night, and I'm freaking groggy. You know, one of those. It was never, well, the smoking had something to do with it, yes. But the main killer was my diet. All the carbohydrates, all the fucking bullshit. I cut carbs out. First week, all of a sudden I realized, I went and laid down, and I was falling asleep faster than Oreo. Cool. Second week, because I have my smartwatch that monitors my sleep, and if I snore, it'll record the duration of the snore. I used to have really bad snoring, which probably due to sleep apnea. Due to maybe my weight. I was exceeding my weight capacity, and my body was like, you know what? Go frig yourself. My watch hasn't recorded a snore in the past 4 weeks. I don't snore anymore at night. I don't wake up in the morning with a sore throat. And I'm pretty sure the sore throat was related to the snoring. Go figure. So all in all I gotta say is any diet that you can think of, if you're overweight, it's time to make a change, and it'll help you. It helped me, because I'm pretty sure I was gonna be, if I kept going down the path I was going down, I'd be injecting insulin by now. I'm pretty sure I would have become a type 2 diabetic. I'm pretty freaking sure. Because it's in the family. And if I didn't smarten up, well, I would have been injecting insulin after every meal. And honestly, that's not what I wanted. So far this is working for me. I'm happy with this. I feel good when I wake up in the morning. I have my coffee. I feel even better. 6 hours of sleep. I get that. And I'm good to go for the next 18. Love it. Just love it. And the only thing that's kind of a pain in the ass is the shift work. If you're not on shift work, you can get into a schedule. Schedules are good. You can control everything. But when you're on shift work, you no longer rely on time. Well, you rely on time, you don't rely on day cycles. So you got to base everything off of when your shift starts and or ends. So what I need to start doing is going to bed 8 hours before I gotta be up, or at least 9 hours before I gotta be up. So like for instance tonight, I gotta be in bed by 8 o'clock. If I'm not, problem, because I want to be asleep by 9 because I got to be up by 5 tomorrow. 5:15 is when I got my alarm set for a little grace period. On days I work 3 to 11, I need to be in bed by... Holy. Yeah, by 5 a.m. so that I'm up at 1 p.m. ready to hit the ground running by 3 p.m. because that's when my shift starts. And on days that I work 11 till 7, I want to be up by 9, so I got to be in bed at 1 p.m. so I can wake up at 9 p.m. and get ready for 11 p.m. But that never happens. I always end up falling asleep at like 7:30 in the morning, waking up at 2 in the afternoon, and then just running the show all night, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. It's okay, but it's kind of brutal at the same time. So anyway, I'm rambling on here. Like, this video is getting a little crazy. I just thought I would talk about the comments that I saw and the fact that, you know what, nobody's being a dick, so this is kind of cool. And people are actually asking me to do recipes, which is why I showed you the snot shake here, the snot smoothie. Which isn't too bad. You can also add like yogurt and stuff to this probably. Well, like I said, just because I'm doing this diet doesn't mean you have to. If you find something out there that works better for you, like the carnivore diet, or just eating chicken and broccoli, you know, whatever works for you. If you're seeing results and your body feels good when you wake up in the morning, doesn't feel broken, battered, you know, like when I used to mow the lawn, I'd mow the front lawn and holy shit, even vlogging how I'd pace back and forth. Back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean back last year before I quit vlogging daily, I would do this and I could feel this pain developing on the left lower side of my back that would go down through my left leg and make that son of a bitch go numb to the point where I had to go sit down and rest and let my body heal so I could carry on making videos. When I was pushing the mower outside, it was 3 times as worse. I get about a third of the way down the front lawn. You see my front lawn. It's tiny as piss. The backyard's more of a competition. Front lawn's a joke. I get about 1/3 done my front lawn. The pain would set in. At 2/3, I would lose feeling in my left leg, but I'd power through it. I'd be like, you know what? I'm almost done. I'll just power through it. And I'd do like all these like different movements, trying to get my back to quit being a dick. And I finally finished the lawn, and I would limp the mower back to the garage, and I'd be dragging it, right? So I'm dragging it behind me, dragging it. I limp it back to the garage, leave it outside because I didn't have the ability to grab it, push down on it, turn it so the face was going in. Go in the garage, grab my E-dart, sit in that chair I have out there, that fabric chair, and just sit there. And wait for the feeling to come back in my leg. And then I would get back up, grab the mower, and bring it in the garage. That would take me at least 5-10 minutes, just sitting there, waiting. You know, I'm thirsty as fuck. I got no water out there, nothing to drink. But walking into the house and grabbing water hurt too much. So I would just be like, power through that. Power through your thirst until your body's done being a dick. And my body was being a dick because I was a dick to my body. And I understand that now. Like, I mowed the lawn the other day, and I went all the way through it. And then I grabbed the weed whacker and cleaned up a little bit here and there and around the water shutoff valve out there. Not for the city, I didn't do that. For myself, so I didn't run the stupid thing over with the mower and break my blade. Or my mower. But yeah, when I was done, my back was fine. I didn't feel any pain. I felt great. I was like, well, shit. It was me. I was the problem this whole time. Yeah. Oh, whatever. Live and learn. So, something my mom asked me too was, does this mean you got to eat like this forever? Well, it's a choice, really. Like, I'd seen people on keto. Like, my one friend, I didn't even realize she was doing it. I just thought she was eating healthy, but she's on keto. She's 117 pounds. And she's been doing the keto diet now for 10 years. because it worked for her. And she was like 220, I think she said. So she was a little plumper, and she decided to try a diet out and loved it because she can eat all of her favorite foods. She loves avocados. She loves kale salad for some ridiculous reason because it literally tastes like the soil it was grown in. She loves her chicken and fat bombs, which is, she gave me a recipe that we're gonna do. It's a post-workout recipe, but we'll do it. It's pretty easy. It's like 2 ingredients in a mold. We'll make a video about it, and I'll show you guys how to make fat bombs. And then they're good for a snack, like if you're trying to hit a certain caloric intake. They got about what is it? See, I got my coconut oil right here. I leave it out because, well, it was liquid, but I guess it's now solid. This stuff here per tablespoon is 14 grams of fat and 130 calories. And that's pretty much what you get in a fat bomb, is 130 calories, 14 grams of fat, and about, I think it's about 9-10 grams of protein. So the macros are a little off. That's why I say it's more or less for a another situation like weightlifting, to give your body that recovery protein that it needs to get by. And there's all sorts of fat bombs you can make. There's some with cream cheese. You can make cherry cheesecake based, like all sorts. So we're gonna try out the basic one. I'll show that, and if people are really interested and want to see more, well, I'll show them more. Oh, that's kind of weird. Thought that was faded from the sunlight, but it's not. Well, whatever. It's probably always been like that. I just never look up at my ceiling down here. Anyway, I gotta call it quits. This is gonna be like a 72-minute video. Alright guys, so there you go. There's my green baby poop shake, or smoothie. It's pretty damn good. And yeah, that's about it. So I rambled, walked around the kitchen for a bunch, and just talked about shit and stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, click that like button. Sorry it wasn't more active. I don't know what the hell I can do to be active. I can really film because there's not really much going on in my life except for me just eating food and pooping a lot. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So thanks for watching. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and until the next time, peace the frig out.